Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings, salutations to the whole elect of Israel. Alright, so if you don't recall, back in April, like the 23rd, I think that's when it was when net neutrality was, over, or they were talking about it. That was a huge date for it. Now, here we are, May 21st. They still haven't repealed it yet. But now there's an update on that. And they're saying on June 11th is when they're officially going to remove it. Like they're going to completely, April 23rd was when it expired. And now June 11th is when they're actually going to take net neutrality off. Like they're set on that date is when they're literally going to take net neutrality down. Alright, so I've been meditating, for a while on Famine of the Word, and, I know we're anticipating, and, at times we become very eager to want these things, but we just really have to have trust and faith and patience in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, alright, because, these prophecies will come, alright, they will come to pass, but we just have to stay diligent, man, alright? And like Chaim and I have been saying for a while now, all it takes is one major false flag, and a lot of these prophecies can manifest. Martial law, that's a huge one, because following martial law, that will take the prophets off the streets. That will put people in FEMA camps. That will put people getting killed in the streets, and all sorts of stuff, right, will come from a lot of these. So basically what I'm trying to say is a lot of these prophecies go hand in hand, like the domino effect, all right? One prophecy happens, many of these other prophecies will come with it, all right? But the biggest, the biggest one is that RFID chip being mandatory and the nuclear missiles destroying America. But right now, I'd say the one we should be concentrating on, we should be concentrating on all of them, but the famine of the word. All right, if you also recall, what was it, May 19th, they released a movie on HBO, which regardless of how good it was, because that's not what we're looking at it spiritually, with a spiritual eye. I didn't see it once again personally, but it came out Saturday on HBO, called 451 Fahrenheit, all right, which a quick summary about it, set in the 24th century, which once again we're looking at with the spiritual eye. Don't take everything too literal, right? It doesn't matter. In case you haven't noticed, these Edomites and Esau, because that's Israelites, man. The people in the nation of Israel that are woken up, Lord willing, we are the elect. The Israelites that are awake want to get out of here, man. But the devils, the devils like to think that they're going forever. So they'll say, oh, in the next 50 years or next year, or, Lord willing, this place it gets nuked in less than a year, man. All right. And through the Spirit, I feel it really could, and I say that without being biased. I truly do feel through the Spirit that it could be, but on a biased level, I really hope and pray it does, man. I want to get the hell out of this shithole. This place is terrible. Well, it literally is hell for us, man. Alright, it's vexing as hell. Every day you wake up, it's the same. So you see the same bullshit on the internet. You see the same bullshit on, I don't watch TV, but I mean, I'm sure it's the same bullshit on that. More sinful, wicked adultery, harlots running around, faggots. It's just annoying, man. It's irritating, alright? Everything like that. Fahrenheit 451, it's lucky, it's Fahrenheit 451, tells a story of the protagonist, Guy Montag. At first, Montag takes pleasure in his profession as a fireman, burning illegally owned books in the homes of their owners. Alright, so he's burning books, because books were all basically illegal in this movie, I'm pretty sure. Alright. However, here's a better one. Or plot overview. Guy Montag, a fireman who burns books in a futuristic American society. In Montag's world, firemen start fires rather than putting them out. The people in the society do not read books, enjoy nature, spend time by themselves, think independently, or have meaningful conversations. So he burning illegally owned books in the homes of their owners. So what does that sound like to you, man? That sounds like the famine of the word, right? Burning books. But it said illegally owned books, which, like I said in this movie, apparently all books are illegal. But if you don't recall, and don't look it up, or I mean, look it up if you want, but don't be deceived by the mainstream media, because you know damn well that the mainstream media is gonna lie to you, and it's gonna try to calm down the mass and be like, no, that's not happening. That's not what this is. I've looked up FEMA camps. It says false on fact check, because that popped up on like this. It popped up on the search engine. I've looked up guillotines that they ordered, said false. That's all bullshit, man. I've seen videos of FEMA camps, and we know damn well that they're going to be using guillotines to kill people, man. I've also looked up the New World Order. It says false. Just don't listen to that stuff, man. They'll say false for anything that goes against it like that, because they don't want you to know. So you got to look deeper. So if you want to look it up, them banning the Bible, you got to look deeper, right? Because they're they may try to dodge it, swerve around it, the idea of banning the Bible, but that's ultimately what they're doing. All right, homosexuality. First of all, you Christians, I don't know why you're trying to protect the Bible. I really don't. That shows even more that you don't understand the scriptures, because the scriptures say that there's going to be a point where the prophets are basically going to get pulled in, and it will be taken off the internet, that the truth will be taken away. It won't be available anymore. It's called the famine of the word. That shows that you Christians don't understand, because you're trying to keep the Bible from not being banned. We want it to be banned because that's a prophecy, man. We want this thing to get rolling, because what comes with the famine of the word? The mass death and the destruction, the judgment. So you Christians really don't understand anything in the scriptures, man. You can read it from Genesis to Revelations. You can read the Apocrypha. You can read every word, man. You can spend 10 minutes reading one verse, all right? But you Christians and you other people, you're not going to understand it unless the Ruach HaKodesh is with you, man. All right? Doesn't matter how much you read it. Only the elect, which have to be Israelites, are going to understand it. Okay? So I don't want to talk too much, like that. But I'm just going with the Spirit. This is what the Spirit's saying. So the point is, he burned books, all right? And they are trying to make the Bible illegal, and they're trying to remove it, all right? Whether they want to admit that or not, because I can almost guarantee you they don't want to admit that. All right, they'll try to, no, it won't ban the Bible. Yes, that's what they're aiming to do. What do you think this net neutrality is aiming to do? They're not trying to take away your entertainment. They're trying to take away the truth from the internet. And the way they can succeed in that, in a wider perspective, is by, changing the whole internet as a whole. Instead of just remove this video, flag this video, delete this YouTube channel. Instead of doing that, they're just gonna, the whole internet as a whole, they're gonna change it. All right. So net neutrality set to end on June 11th. The end of net neutrality is now scheduled for next month, which today it's basically exactly 3 weeks, starting tomorrow. All right, just about. The Federal Communications Commission (FCC) said in a notice filed Thursday that new rules repealing the net neutrality protections are set to take effect 30 days from this Friday, or June 11th. All right. Now on June 11th, these unnecessary and harmful internet regulations will be repealed, and the bipartisan light touch approach that served the online world well for nearly 20 years will be restored. Alright, the point is, I don't need to read this article. If you want to read it, go ahead, just type in net neutrality set to end. June 11th. All right. The point is that I wanted to get from this is that June 11th is the date to keep in mind when they're going to repeal this. All right, because they're just going to go into a bunch of stuff, and how these people voted against it, or nobody cares about that, man. All right, because ultimately it's Yahweh by Shemel Shai's will. If Yahweh wants the internet to be taken down, it's going to be taken down. All right, if he wants net neutrality to be repealed, it's going to be repealed. It doesn't matter what men want, man. What matters is what Yahweh wants. All right, and this is prophecy, and it will come to pass because it is prophecy. All right, and another thing is, they'll show you, oh well, they're going against it, or this party's going. No, man, the elites are the ones that pass these laws. Right? It doesn't matter what individual parties or the president says. They're puppets. All right, and if anything, they're putting them against each other just to make it look good, man. To make it look like they actually care about you. All right. Anyways, let's get to the scriptures. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, which for you, you guys that are new, Yahweh is the name of God, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, and those are the real names in the ancient Hebrew, right? Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. So pretty soon he's going to take in his prophets, the men that were fishing for the elect. He's going to take his prophets, and they're going to stop prophesying, because prophesying, the word prophet comes from prophesy, and prophesy is to foretell, basically, to say this is going to happen in the near future or in the future. So all the stuff that we've been talking about that's in the scriptures is starting to happen and manifest itself. So there's no reason for us to be out there pretty soon, which is why Yahweh is going to reel in his prophets, so to speak. All right, and it's going to be taken off the internet too. All right, and I mean, if June 11th, that's when it comes into full effect. That's when they literally put those rules on. You need money to do this and that. Then I'm not going to be on the internet because I can't afford that. I can't do that. I'm not doing that, man. All right, and this month, some false flag might happen this month. Because we got like 10 days left of this month. False flag could happen any day, man. All right, and they could take the prophets off the street. So don't get comfortable, man. Because your whole world, everything is about to go upside. Well, it already is. This whole world is upside down, but I mean that in a different way. I mean, everything you felt comfortable with. You felt comfortable inside your house. You felt, relaxed sitting on your couch. That's all gonna change, man. All hell's about to break loose. Shit is about to get hit against. It's about to hit the fan, man. All right, you need to prepare yourself spiritually for this. All right, so for you that are new in this truth, make sure to be building up your faith, man. To be fasting, to be praying, but don't overdo it. All right, because you don't want to be over righteous, but make sure that you're doing that. All right, get right with Yahweh by Shemel Shai, or you will be put to death. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. All right. Let's get Isaiah chapter 24. I'll just read verse 11. That's the point. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right. And a couple days ago, I was meditating on this scripture, because that when it says wine, it's talking about the truth. Slakia, the truth, because the truth is going to be taken off the streets. All right, and the joy and the happiness, the excitement, the glamour, that's all going to be gone. All right, it's just going to be straight up depression, sorrow, sadness, emptiness, loneliness, all that. All right. But wine, although this is not a literal thing, not literally wine, but why do people typically drink wine or alcohol? Because it escapes from, it helps them escape from the reality of this world. It helps them relax also. All right, and this truth is what it separates us from the world. When we have this truth and we disconnect from the world, the matrix, and we're with Yahweh by Shemal Shai, which is why we despise this world, because it's upside down. All right. So this truth can definitely be compared to wine, which is why it was. All right. Speaking of that, I'm gonna get that. Surely your turning of things. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? So this whole world is completely upside down, man. You know, everything you know is everything in the scriptures, this world goes against, man. All right, this world goes against the scriptures, and it's completely wicked, upside down in every way possible. All right. This is a good precept. I think it's in Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right? Because that's exactly what they're doing. This world calls good evil and evil good, man. We're teaching the word and you know, we're teaching the truth about the scriptures. We're telling our people who they are. We're prophesying about the downfall of America, prophesying about the martial law. And they think they call us evil. They demonize us. They call us terrorists, man, because we're going against their wicked, evil system. All right, just like you look at movies, Killmonger and Black Panther, Thanos and Avengers Infinity War. Those are the good guys, man, but they make them look bad through social programming. All right, and you even look at Star Wars, Darth Vader. You know, although he did bad things, it seemed like, you know, because they don't want to make it too obvious, but what was the main thing I heard a point, and they said the Empire wanted to establish order in the universe. What's bad about order? Because in this universe, or not, it's like in this world, I was gonna say is universe. In this world, you know, it's all about do whatever you want, do as thou will. You know, just have fun, freedom, no rules, man. All right, that's what it seems like, man. Because they don't live by the scriptures, which is the rules, man. That's the rule book we need to be living by. And so establishing order, they make it seem like that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But obviously, like I said, they put truth in it, but they also make the guys have evil traits and stuff like that. All right? Because what did Killmonger want to do? He wanted to give weapons to his people that were oppressed to kill their oppressors. That's all throughout the scriptures, that we're going to overcome our oppressors, man. Because Israel is supposed to be the nation on top. All right? And we're being ruled by base men right now. All right? And the other heathen nations, which are supposed to be submitted to us. All right? But since we went off, you know, time and time again, we're getting punished for that. And hell is a condition, and we are in hell. That's why it's so vexing if you're in a righteous mindset, or at least trying to attempt a righteous mindset. All right? So I'm going to get another scripture. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers. Did not Yahweh Shai say to Peter that he's going to make him a fisher of man? Meaning he's gonna teach the word, man. And we're fishing for the elect to pull them in. All right, and then once we got all the fish, we're gonna bring that boat back to shore, man. And then that hurricane's gonna hit, you know, or that storm, all right, and it's gonna, you know, cause destruction and all of that, man. All right, you know, like in the ocean, you see, you know, the ocean getting mad, so to speak, you know, like personification. You see the waves going up, and you know, it's gonna get crazy, man. All right, it's gonna be hectic, chaotic, right? And we're gathering the fish in the boat, and then we're gonna go to safety, man. All right, you know, Lord willing, we're the elect. Lord willing, we can endure. All right. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them, And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. It's talking about the wicked, man. The wicked. The elect are going to be hunting the wicked. And well, Yahweh is using them, using his creation, using his vessels to hunt down the wicked and put judgment upon the people. All right. Specifically, well, the 2/3 need judgment, and so do the heathens. All right, which is actually spoken about with the heathens in Psalms chapter 147. There's a lot of scriptures, but I'm trying to, keep this brief, and I kind of already made the point about what I was trying to get. But this is Psalms chapter 149, verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. Because we're going to take the kingdom, man. We're not going to ask for it. We're going to take it. We're going to establish a righteous kingdom, right? It's Jacob's world now. We're going into a transition. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning. All right. So hopefully this was, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. And, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Kal Halal Yom La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Wahar Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Roel. Peace, blessings, salutations, and great respect, and even more blessings to the hopeful elect. All right, to you, kind, pushing diligently. Shalom.